The Jets Ward.
Jets, Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of The Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. Got a fun one for you. But first, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys here. You make these videos so much fun for me to make because you keep coming back for more. And if you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan of another NFL team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here in The Jets Ward. It is a safe space for you. So, guys, the New York Jets came out and said that they have virtually interviewed 8 offensive coordinator candidates. So, going through these guys, it's fun to see that we're starting to get this process going. Aaron Glenn wants a coach of the offense, head coach of the offense. He's going to be calling plays. Obviously, since we hired Brian Duker as our defensive coordinator, young name, I think it's interesting to see what he can do, what he can add to the defensive staff. But Aaron Glenn is going to be calling the defensive plays, and he's going to go down with the ship. If he's successful at it, great. It just means the Jets are playing well. And if it stinks, then he's going to get fired at the end of the year, and the Jets will have to go through the whole process of looking for coaches. But the biggest thing he's looking for in these head coaching candidates is somebody who can be, and quote, head coach of the offense. Somebody who's going to run the entire thing, put their scheme in place, and just focus on that while Aaron Glenn gets to focus on the defense. So we interviewed 8 different candidates. We talked about one already, but the rest of the list came out today. And to be fair, not a lot of these guys would be somebody that I would typically say is, oh yeah, that's going to be your head coach of the offense. The names were uninspiring, to be, in my opinion, but it could work. Glenn has worked with some of them, not all of them before. So let's get into the list. So right now, who we interviewed, we talked about Lunda Wells, the Cowboys tight end coach, very serious contender for the Steelers offensive coordinator job. I don't think he's going to be our offensive coordinator, but he's somebody who's well respected in offensive circles and somebody who I can see being that next offensive coordinator, most likely for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But another guy who we interviewed virtually, Darrell Bevell, the Miami Dolphins quarterback coach and pass game coordinator. Now, he was in Detroit at one time, and I think Aaron Glenn was there too. So they did coach together. So they do know each other. So he's not the worst choice, in my opinion. He has called plays. I think he was an interim head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars as well after Doug Peterson got fired there. Or it was Doug Peterson or it was Urban Meyer. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I know he was down in Jacksonville. He was in Detroit. He's bounced around the league a little bit. But this past year, he was with the Miami Dolphins as their quarterback coach and pass game coordinator. And he has experience. I don't think he's the worst choice. And the Jets for years have been linked to him in some way, shape, or form. So I think if Aaron Glenn wants to be somebody that he's comfortable with, Darrell Bevell would be the choice. But I don't see him as being that head coach of the offense. I don't see him as being that charismatic, great play designer to help coach up young players that we draft or young players that we have on our team already. I don't see it from him. As a quarterback's coach, fine, I'll keep him like that. But as an offensive coordinator, I think the Jets could do a lot better. Then we interviewed Ronald Curry, the Buffalo Bills quarterback coach. And this is a very interesting one. He's somebody who's been rising up the ranks as well. He's been working with the Buffalo Bills as the quarterback's coach for a little while now. He was the quarterback's coach also, I believe, in New Orleans. If I'm mistaken, please let me know down in the comments. But he was a quarterback coach before that, and now he's with the Buffalo Bills in the same position. And you see how well Josh Allen's been doing. And Joe Brady, I think, would want to keep him in that position because of the work that he's done with Josh Allen. So, but he's somebody that could be later down the road given an offensive coordinator job. But at this moment, I don't think it's his time yet. And I wouldn't want to give a first-time play caller the head coach of the offense type of job. I think that would be way too much for him. If we did that, then why didn't we just keep Tanner Engstrand? I think we need a vet on this team to get these young players, to coach these players up, and to help a new young quarterback. If we draft one this year, help a young quarterback get better. And I think the best way to do that is bringing in a vet offensive coordinator and somebody with experience. And next one, this guy's been around forever. Greg Roman, former Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator. And he's had tons of success in this league. When he was working with John Harbaugh in Baltimore, the Chargers offense didn't look awful. I know they dealt with tons of injuries on their offensive line, but I don't think he called bad games. He's looked at as being an option now since Todd Monken got the the Browns head coaching job. He's looked at as reuniting with Harbaugh down in New York with the Giants. So that's an interesting option. I'm more comfortable with Greg Roman because he's done this for a while. But I think the best one, and the one that's been rumored for the Jets this whole time, is Frank Reich. Frank Reich was a quarterback in this league. He was a quarterback's coach. He's been an offensive coordinator. He's been a head coach, an assistant head coach down in Stanford this past year. I just think he brings so much to the table. I think as an offensive play designer, I get it. The one Super Bowl championship he does have with the Eagles, he wasn't calling plays. It was Peterson. But Peterson relied on this guy a ton. And when he went to the Colts, he had a ton of success when he had a quarterback. Look at Andrew Luck the one year. He was very successful. They got to the playoffs and won a playoff game. Then Andrew Luck retires. And he did okay with Jacoby Brissett and Brian Hoyer. Then he gets Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz had a successful season. Phillip Rivers had a successful season. Then it went downhill because he got Matt Ryan, who was way at the end of way past his prime, and a couple other quarterbacks that had no business starting, like Sam Ehlinger and Nick Foles at this point, who's past his prime. So Frank Reich has had tons of success. A lot of people are worried he's an older version or he's an older guy. Oh, the game's passed him by. I don't think so. I think he's still got a great mind for the game. I think he's still got great talent for the offensive side of the ball. I think he'd help develop a young quarterback as well coming up here. I think if you want that, like Aaron Glenn says, and I know I keep saying it, if you want that head coach of the offense type of guy, out of the options we have, Frank Reich is the best option. And it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, that he gets hired. It's been rumored for weeks. Connor Hughes has been on top of this for weeks now. Frank Reich is the name. And if he's hired, I'm not going to be upset. I think we needed a veteran offensive guy in here. I was talking about Doug Peterson, but Frank Reich would fit the job too. But as our offensive coordinator, I think I'd be happy. I think I would trust the offense with him. I don't care that he's an older guy. He's had success in this league with his offensive game planning. He's proved it. And when you have a quarterback, and there's quarterbacks out there, Kirk Cousins, there was news about him possibly getting cut from the Falcons this offseason. I know you might not like this one, Carson Wentz. He had some success last year with Minnesota before they threw him out there and got his shoulder destroyed. If we can draft and develop a quarterback under Frank Reich, that would be a success. Get a veteran quarterback in free agency like a Kirk Cousins, like a Carson Wentz, somebody like that, and then draft, I don't know, like a Ty Simpson, Sawyer Robertson, Garrett Nussmeier, who's looked great down at the Senior Bowl this week. So, or East and West Bowl, whatever one was going on this week. He's looked great. Carson Beck could fit his offense. But Frank Reich, out of these options, I think he's the guy you got to go with. If they ended up hiring Lunda Wells, I'd be shocked. You don't want a first-time play caller. Like I said, why didn't you just keep Tanner Engstrand then? But Frank Reich, I think, is going to be the guy unless anything changes. But these are the 8 guys that the Jets have interviewed. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any guys out there that you would love to interview that are on the open market. Are you upset with these options? Are you happy with these options? Let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, and I appreciate you all. And make sure you hit that bell for any notifications on when I post videos. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. It helps us grow as well. We've been growing very steadily, and I appreciate you guys for it. And again, follow me on X, Instagram, and on TikTok as well. I try to post all my videos there too, just so you guys stay updated of what's going on in the Jets Ward. And again, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
The Jets Ward.